Hey, are you nice and comfortable?
Mute. Okay, cool.
Live. All right. Hey, Max is here. We got Max, we've got Fluffy.
Hi, Fluffy.
Santana. Let's see who else.
Hi, Arian.
So I am at work, so I might have to duck out on a moment's notice.
That's absolutely okay. You know that.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to share. We're going to give this just a couple more minutes. And I apologize. There's construction going on over here. Can you hear it?
No.
Okay, great. What's happening, Max?
I think when you asked him, he was
Still connecting.
Still connecting,
Hey, Santana.
Hi, Santana.
I'm here.
All right.
I guess I can mute since it's a chill-in chat.
What's that?
I said, I guess I can unmute since it's a chill-in chat.
Pretty much. You know, and what's really fun is that when Katya and I get together, usually it's in class style setting, and so people who are from my group don't get to meet Katya personally, and she's one of my favorite people. So I wanted to make sure that everybody has a chance to meet her.
I love it.
Yeah. All right. So
Like how you do the heart.
Too.
What was that?
She's one of my favorite people too.
You know what? I didn't know that, Max.
One of my
favorites. Shared that.
That was a surprise.
I'm in the same club. I'm part of the same club as, yeah, sorry. I am part of the fan club as well.
Yes, you are. You are.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, let's just hang out for one more minute and see who else is going to come. And then what I'll do is I'm going to spotlight Ms. Katya and just have a chat. So Katya, what do you got going on for this weekend?
For this weekend, I have some kind of nothing extremely exciting, but some family stuff. My daughter has to go to her friend's birthday party, very small social distancing birthday party in the park. So, and just, getting ready for the next week.
Oh my gosh.
And you, Cynthia, it was Cynthia's birthday yesterday. So how did you have a good celebration?
I have a stomach ache because I had such a good celebration. I ate pretty much everything, anything that I wanted, I got to have. But the funniest thing was I had a friend, or I have a friend still, who couldn't stand the thought of me not having a birthday cake. So she made me a birthday cake. I went to her house. She opened up the window. We all had masks. They wished me a happy birthday, and I couldn't blow out the candles. One, because the window was up too high, and we had to maintain the distance. And two, I'm blowing through a mask. So I know, I can't wait to post that online because it was freaking hilarious. And it was the most amazing German chocolate cake I've ever had.
Ooh,
so yeah,
nice.
It was great. It was a great capper, but yeah.
did you eat that cake also through your mask? So your mask ate the cake, or you had a chance to try it too?
That was the other weird thing. So then we felt like it was a drive-through window because I said, thank you so very much. We like 3 slices of cake. So they cut 3 slices of cake and then they passed it through the window. And then my friend was a little bit upset because she said it's only 3 pieces. And, but if it was a party, that's how many pieces I'd have. Not me, but, my household would have. So, it was one of those
Nice.
things. Yeah, it was hilarious. And no, I would never waste good cake on a good mask.
Good. Yeah, so that's wonderful.
Yeah, so we have Diane. I'm going to just start popping people in as they come on in. And I just wanted to let everyone know that that I asked Katya to come on to this Chill and Chat because I am a fan of her work. Katya's work spans, it's always about intuition, but it spans many things. So it's, there's Reiki, there's past life, there is grieving, right? You do a grieving one that I've been wanting to work on. And she's also teaching many people to be amazing healers as well. So I wanted everyone to get a chance to meet Katya. And Katya and I also, every once in a while, do a little bit of work together, which is a lot of fun. And I would like to share that too sometime down the line. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Katya.
Thank you very much, Cynthia. I'm honored to be invited to your wonderful group and wonderful meeting, Chill and Chat. You have every Friday from 11 to 12 our California time. And just wanted to thank you for introduction, but I also wanted to say that you introduced our work in a way that, if it's okay, maybe we can reframe it. As a therapist and life coach, I listen and to what people really say, and I read between the lines. And so you said that we work from time to time, or that we have like occasional work together. So I would like to reframe it and say that we are actually working more and more, and we're planning to expand our partnership, right? So because our thoughts are very material, and we want to say that we are going to work more together and offer different things, classes and meetups. By the way, we're planning to have our multidimensional readings and healings in small groups now, every other Thursday, starting from Thursday, September 17th, right?
That's correct.
So, and we're planning to do it for a smaller groups, so that everybody has more individual attention and more healing and more questions answered, and so that you have more benefit from that multidimensional work that we are going to do more of. So
right, and I think everybody here has been a participant in the multidimensional work. I think. Raise your hand if you have not. I know. We don't get any of that fun stuff. There are a couple people who haven't. So I'd love to talk about that just a little bit, if that's all right with you.
Absolutely, please. Be my guest.
So I'm really blessed to be able to channel in an energy called Endura, and it is an energy of the 5th dimension. And this is a very informational type of reading. and the information comes in fast, it comes in hard, and it lacks, I won't say it lacks compassion, but because it has so much information that sometimes humans don't have a chance to digest it in a way that's really palatable, I think is the best way to say it. And so Katya comes in and she does sixth dimension channeling. And so what we do is that we do a fifth dimension, you ask a question, you get a fifth dimension response, and then you get a sixth dimension layer on top of the response. So it's a very holistic message that you receive. It's kind of incredible.
Yeah, and we just had some guts to try it, and we really enjoyed that experience. And what I noticed that during that experience, when Cynthia is channeling, I don't hear her channeling the way that everybody in the room can hear her. So I basically hear it as a wave of energy, and then I read that wave of energy and I add more to it, what needs to be said, or needs to, like, the guidance that has to come from the energy, that from the vibration that Cynthia is channeling in that moment. So it's very new to us, new experience, but and I think that after the first time we did it, it was really hard for me to
That's right.
to sleep, and for you, I think it was the opposite thing, right? So
yeah, I couldn't get enough. I went straight to bed. It was amazing.
Wow. Yeah, so that's really something that probably quite unique, that I haven't seen other healers or practitioners offered before. Maybe I'm mistaken, but that's not what I saw before. So and looking forward to more of that experiences with you, and we'll be happy to see you guys at one of the channeling sessions. So I would like to introduce myself again. My name is Katya. I came to United States 20 years ago from one of the most beautiful cities in the world, in Russia, St. Petersburg. It's very underestimated in I think in United States, because not so many people travel to Russia, but it's actually as beautiful as Paris or Rome, or it has a lot of culture and beautiful history. So if you guys ever have a chance to travel to Russia, I would suggest that you visit St. Petersburg. Of course, after everything calms down, after we have all the COVID under control, and as I say that the next thing is happening, probably we will experience Godzilla and alien invasion. But after all that happens, and we won't be even surprised. So after that happened, I just encourage you to start traveling, because the reality showed us that, how fragile life is, right? And how fragile everything is, that anything may happen. And more we experience, more we live life to the fullest is probably the best for us. So I am intuitive life coach, and I help people to identify who they are, what they want, and how to manifest it into their lives. So basically, I work as a mirror, showing people things that they never saw about themselves, and their magical gifts. I show people their magical gifts, and I show them their best reflection. And also all the barriers that we create on their way to success, and some practical ways how to change their mindset and bad habits and eliminate limiting beliefs and past traumas. So I work with traumas a lot as well, on different level, on holistic level, on spiritual level, on psychology level. So, and I have a big passion for helping people, always had. And my purpose, and I can also share with you this great exercise that you can all use to identify your purpose. My purpose is to heal the healers. So I work on a certain vibration that works for people who can recognize and receive that vibration. And I think that it's very important when we work with a healer, with therapists, with coach, that we have that or established strong connection with them. And so I urge you guys to find that person who can resonate with you and can really help you. So my idea behind my work is very like I can share with you my philosophy, why, what do I want to accomplish in my life, in professional life. So for many years, the profession of a therapist in this country and all over the world was a very Western approach profession, right? So it's a talk therapy, and there are a lot of science behind it, and a lot of great therapists out there with education and knowing how to help people. And then there is another aspect of people who were called psychics or energy healers, who were for many years were a questionable thing, or so to say not so widely accepted by the society. And a lot of the times these people didn't have a specific education, special education, and sometimes working with people like that was quite even damaging to people, because they would tell you how to live life or what will happen in your life. So I would like in my work to combine the idea of therapy and coaching with the idea of intuitive spiritual work. So to create this new generation of healers who are very educated as therapists and psychologists, and as well as open to their intuition. So starting the end of September, I'm opening my certification program for intuitive life coaches. So, and looking forward to that. It was brewing for a long time. It was my dream to do that for some time, to create that program where we will focus on coaching aspect, psychology aspect, on how to talk to people, what questions to ask, how to make people open up to their aha moments, as well as we will be working on intuitive side of it, how to open up to your own intuition and manifestation skills. And also there will be a chunk of where we will focus on a business aspect, how to actually start your own business as a healer. And I will be very honored if Cynthia will participate with me in being one of the teachers and one of their practitioners there in this school. So if you are interested, let me know. So that's one thing that I'm really working on and really looking forward to start. But I also work with people one-on-one in helping them to eliminate their traumas, limiting beliefs, and move forward. Also work on opening people to their own intuition. So it's important to have intuition and to trust it. It doesn't matter what you do, what profession you have. So it's an amazing thing and skill to have. And in my belief system that, and growing up in Soviet Union and in Russia, I have believe that intuitive development was not so widely accepted in the society because they didn't want us, the power people, they didn't want us to be open to our gifts and to our authenticity. So it's a way of controlling, right? So to control people when they don't know who they are, when they don't know their boundaries, when they don't know what they want in life. So, and I would like to, help people to break these barriers and break this, barriers of living life, not being aware, not being open, not being conscious, and to know very well what they want. That's why the idea of just a psychic that will tell you how things will be, but you giving your power to someone, right? Instead of having that power within you to decide to manifest. And of course, guidance, like for example, what Cynthia does, she gives a lot of guidance, is a great help. But at the end of the day, that you have the power and control over your life, and you have the power and control over what you will do in life. So I think this.
Can I interrupt for just 1 second? Because I have a couple of questions. One is, I love your coaching the coaches. Does that mean, because I'm looking at the people here who really love their jobs, that doesn't mean that they need to leave their jobs and that they are.
Oh, no. Right. Absolutely. Thank you, by the way. It's a great comment. Yes. This is also for people who just want their own healing. It's for their healing, for living life awaken, aware, and more conscious. Absolutely. It's a great way. When I went to my coaching school, not everybody became coaches, but I know I keep in touch with these people, and they tell me how much it influenced and changed their life just by learning about yourself, learning about your mind, learning about your wants, desires, and what drives your behaviors, what trusting your intuition is very important. And a lot of the times people ask me, okay, how can I tap into my intuition? And I teach them how to do that. But what's very important here is before you start tapping into your intuition, is to allow yourself to trust. Because without trust, you can learn as much as you want, you won't be able to use it. And trust issue, again, with all the all the limiting beliefs we have about it, is a big issue. So how to start trusting your intuition, how to start opening up to it. And I'm sorry, I sidetracked a little bit. I wanted to share with you like a great exercise on how to find your purpose. If you're interested, I will be happy to share it with you.
Oh, I'm totally interested. I just went to gallery view, so I could take a quick poll. How about a raised hand if you're not on, or a physical raised hand if you want to do this exercise.
Actually,
raise
you don't
hand.
have to. You don't have to do it now. But I will tell you how you can do it at a safety of your home at the time you have.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Or,
what
you
you
explain
can.
how you want to do it.
Absolutely, yeah. I will explain how it's actually a very neat exercise. So if you take a piece of paper or several pieces of paper, sheets of paper. I'm sorry, I'm Russian. That's why some words sound weird, like I pronounce them wrong. And with some words, you have to be very careful how you say it. So sheet of paper.
I love this.
So I can say it something not to insult anyone. So few pieces of paper and on the top of the paper you can write down with the hand you write with. Like if you're right-handed, you write with your right hand. If you're left-handed, you write with your left hand. I'm ambidextrous, so it's more of a challenge for me. But if you know what is your writing hand, you write on the top of the paper, what is my purpose? So you write it once, and then you take the pen in your other hand, the one that is not so easy for you to write with. And the way you can with your other hand, you write down something like answering that question. You know the rules of brainstorming, so you don't overthink, right? So you write whatever comes on your mind in that moment. The best way to do that, it's like right after the meditation, or when you just woke up, or before you're falling asleep. So when you are not in your monkey mind, so you kind of relax. So you write it down, then you don't have to write it again, you read it again. What is my purpose? And the best way to do it when you say it out loud. Then with your left hand or right hand, your other hand, you write down another answer, and you go as far as you need. And you know when you need to stop, when you start feeling emotional, or some people start crying. And when I was channeling that exercise, I was like, yeah, right, I will start crying. I'm not. And actually, when I wrote, probably it was like, took me 3 pages. At the end, when I wrote to heal the healers, I actually got very emotional. And that was like a indication for me that that's what really resonates. So you can try that. It's a very revealing, interesting exercise. So do you guys have any questions about it, or any, do you want any more details or explanation on that exercise?
So you want us to do that right before we sleep? Is that right? Or
what I'm trying to say is that it should not be while you are very alert and focused, going with activities of your day. So it's more of intuitive work, more of when you are more relaxed, when you are not in your head. So being in your head will not help you to.
So being like in a meditative state.
Exactly.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So very good to do it right after meditation, or the times when we are more relaxed, could be in the evening before you fall asleep, or in the morning. But if you're in a hurry, already turning on the switch, oh, I have to do 135 things in the morning, then don't do it at that time. So when you can be relaxed and not in your head.
Okay,
but
thank you.
In your heart, in your more higher vibrational state, kind of like higher self, connecting with your higher self. So this is, and let me know, I would like to hear from you what came up for you? So how did it go for this exercise?
So just for clarity, you're saying when you're in this state to write the question with your right hand and respond with your left.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
And you don't have to write down this question million times. Just write it down once and read it every time. Read it out loud. What is my purpose? Then write down your answer. Then say it again. What is my purpose? And write down the answer.
How do I go back to my Zoom?
I think you are on your Zoom. We
I
can
know
see you.
a call came in and I don't know how to get back to it.
Oh, I think it's just a different window. So you just have to kind of clear through and you'll see the window because you're actually still
Okay.
on. Hey, Katya,
Cool. Yeah.
do you do this in class setting, or is this something that you have people do at home? Or because it sounds like it would be great in class setting too when everybody's in that meditative, really.
Absolutely. But you know, it's very individual thing. So for some people, group energy really can be beneficial, and it can only propel them to, you know, to get all the answers and to be more open. For some people, they are more, you know, it's better for them to do it on their own. So, but yes, actually, it can be a great exercise for a group setting. Absolutely. So this is one of the things that I wanted to like share with you as being a life coach. And one more thing I could also give you, and we can actually practice it and do it right now. You know, you heard probably about pendulums, right? So a lot of intuitives use pendulums. Usually it's a chain with a crystal or semi-precious stone to get the answers for yes and no. You know, probably you heard about it. So, and sometimes I've been kind of skeptical about it because, you know, you can very well manipulate it, right? If you really want yes, you will make it. So, but we actually sometimes really want to have the honest answer when we are ready to know. Sometimes people are not ready. Sometimes we are not ready to know the truth. But when we're really ready to know the truth, we all have that in us. We all have a pendulum that's kind of within our body. It's called body pendulum. And I can show you how you can use that pendulum anytime to get yes and no answer. Whenever there is a situation and let's say Cynthia is not reachable, like I tried to call Cynthia and sing with a kind of a questionable voice yesterday, happy birthday, and her voicemail was full. So what happens if that happens and you can't ask for support and answer? So you can always get that from your own body, from your own energy. So I can show you and we can practice it right now. So what we will do, I will be asking questions that we all know answers to, that they, you know, that are very obvious yes and no. Very general questions, nothing deep, nothing like, you know. And I will ask you to close your eyes and sit back and try to feel, to connect with the feeling of how yes feels and how no feels. And the best thing, if you get this yes and no's, like consistency, consistent answers, or like, for example, oh, I feel no in my, I don't know, like in my forehead, or I feel yes and I have like my heart is expanding, or no feels like I feel nothing, and yes feels in the lower back. It can be anything. So I don't want to give you too much information of how to feel, so not to for you to have any outside opinions on that. So I would like you to connect with your own feelings, and let's practice. I will ask you a few questions that the answers are obvious. So please close your eyes, sit back, and just listen to yourself. Listen to your body. So in this lifetime, right now, we are on a Zoom meeting going live on Facebook. In this lifetime, right now, I am actually speaking Vietnamese to you guys, Vietnamese language. In this lifetime, right now, the whole world is going through COVID-19 pandemic. In this lifetime, right now, I'm a male person with big mustache and bald head. In this lifetime, right now, we are all participants of Chill and Chat with Cynthia. In this lifetime, right now, United States of America will join Russia and become one big happy country. In this lifetime, right now, we are approaching presidential elections. In this lifetime, right now, we are spiritual people seeking truth and self-development. Okay, so how did it go, guys? Were you able to identify maybe a little bit like a slightest yes and no's? How did it go?
Yeah, for me, when it was a no, I felt heavy.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but when it was a yes, I felt nothing.
Okay, okay. That's also a possibility. So anything, it can be temperature change, it can be sensations, it can be a feeling, it can be a visual, anything. So be open to whatever your higher self, whatever your body will show you. Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. I was getting like zaps kind of through my arm, my wrist, and my hand for the nose. And even like the first one, when you said Vietnamese, each time you said it, it happened twice.
Wow, cool. So even the repetition, even the, like how many times you had felt the sensation. That's cool.
Although I'll be honest, the one where it was the blending with Russia, it was a mixed feeling because I feel like that could be true. But
absolutely, it was a tricky question. I tricked you, and you did a good. Yeah, because sometimes it feels very, very, very. Very possible. So, Fluffy, you were saying something.
When it was a yes, I felt energy flow down the meridian on my back. And when it was a no, my hands and feet hurt. But when you said that the U.S. was going to join with Russia, I felt the wave of energy go down my back. And I thought, that's probably a very good thing given the circumstances. And the thought of the election of everything just made everything hurt all at once.
No. Wow. Yeah. So thank you.
When you spoke about Vietnamese, everything just, I thought about Vietnam, and for some reason, all my Vietnamese friends, and it just flashed through my mind. And then you spoke about COVID-19, and I kept on thinking about what my master said about December 14th, there being another solar eclipse and another wave of the virus. So it doesn't seem like it's going to end with this virus situation. It might even get worse, according to him. So I thought about those things because they're set in my mind through his teachings. I don't know if that's too strong of a thought or what.
No, absolutely. It's actually, that's the reality of our current life. That's what's happening, and we need to be, aware and not to ostrich, right, or not to put our heads in the sand, because we are healers. We need to actually do the opposite. We need to come together to for healing, to heal the planet, to heal people, to give them healing, and not pretend that nothing is happening. Yeah, I totally agree. It's a very strong situation, but this is the reality of what we're going through. Yes, thank you, Janet. Yeah, anybody else wants to? Cynthia, how did you feel? Yes and no?
Oh, I loved it. Yes was an expansion. I actually smiled a little bit, and I couldn't help myself.
That was your smile.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, woo!
I am smiling.
And then a no, actually, what happened is that I felt my heart, like my heart was being squeezed just a little bit. So pretty, yeah. It was.
Yeah.
It's a good example. So thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, so you can guys experiment and try it at home. In many cases, people say don't try it at home, but I would encourage you to try it at home. This is the safe situation. And after you feel confident and feel the consistency of yes and no, then you can go into questions you really would like to know the answers for. And this is kind of a great step towards starting to trust yourself and trust your intuition, trust your gut feeling, which we were not, we were told not to do, or we were told that this is not the right thing. Actually, maybe you've heard about such a financial mogul, George Soros. And he used intuition in all his financial dealings. And he was, I think one of the richest people, one of the most successful people. And the way he used his intuition was that when he was, negotiating or going through a new dealing, if he had felt some tagging or pain or discomfort in his lower back, it meant no. So, and there were, you can read about it, it's quite fascinating. And there were situations when the deal looked so good and like it promised him millions and millions of dollars, and he felt that discomfort in his lower back, and he said no, and we were like, what? And actually every time it was a right decision. But it's not only that he was different from other people because he was intuitive and everybody else were not. No, everyone has that opportunity to connect with your intuition. The biggest difference was that he trusted it. And he trusted it big time, putting millions of dollars at stake by just trusting his body. And there were situations when the dealing didn't look so great, and he would not feel any discomfort, and he would sign the papers. And I'm not saying that he was like, he did not, he didn't look at other things, but he really, really trusted his intuition, and he was a very, very successful person. So it's kind of, I like that story because it shows you how we can utilize it not only in being intuitive or healing as occupation, but in everything else we do. Right. So Cynthia, I have a question for you. In your real estate business, do you use your intuition?
I do use my intuition. And it's funny you should say that. It's not until recently that I told my clients I use my intuition. So that's the new part. But I have a great story. I have friends that went in, it was a long time ago, and they went into this house, and they knew it was the house for them. I knew it was the house for them. It was just one of those things. But the husband got scared and said, no, we need to keep looking. We need to keep looking. And so they kept looking for another 4 months. In the meantime, that house went into contract 3 more times, and it fell out. And then by the time he had all these experiences, his energy finally shifted. And then he said, okay, let's put an offer on the house. And they still live there. And that is 10 years ago. So I do use it for my clients as well as for the house and the house client match. So that includes house clearings and things like that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I'm much happier now that my clients know that I do that.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, Cynthia, you just said that you started using it, you started telling your clients about it. I want to congratulate you because it's a huge step. It means that you are fully accepting yourself and for who you are.
Right. Thanks. Thank you.
This is what it means. Because when I started 9 years ago and advertised myself as just a life coach, but I definitely, I was always passionate about intuitive side, spiritual side. I taught my clients, about intuition, and I also showed them their best selves, their authentic selves. And at one point, one of my first clients, he kind of asked me, said, you teach me how to be authentic, how to be stand strong in my power and, claim it with the world. Why do you call yourself a life coach? I'm like, I started, of course, coming up with 135 different lame explanations. And he's like, you need to start walk the talk.
Yeah. And
that was the limiting belief of me thinking, okay, if I say that I'm intuitive life coach, then some people will not like me or will reject me or will think poorly of me, right? And that was some kind of learning to understand, hey, that's okay. We are all acquired taste. We are not for everyone, right? Your people will be with you and you will be with them. And if people don't accept and appreciate that, then it's okay too. And then again, it's not good or bad. It means that you would be better helping other people. So that's the thing that you're doing. You just said that you started telling your clients about how you that you use your intuition as one of the tools to help them get what they need, right?
Right,
So
right.
which means that you are standing strong in your power. That's great.
Yeah, and I also, based on the what you talked about in the beginning of the Chill and Chat, was that, you know, up until just a couple of decades ago, which really isn't that long ago, it wasn't, it was not allowed to be a psychic. So what that means is that you actually had to be a little bit underground. So if you meet people in their 70s who are psychics and intuits, they actually had to get their minister's license in order to operate legally as a business and give readings. And these are true stories. Less than 20 years ago, in these little towns in our Bay Area, one of them is, I'll go ahead and out my old hometown, which is Concord. We had a crystal store. There was a crystal store there, and they did readings. And the police came and visited often, enough to where it was disruptive, and the poor little company had to go out of business. And if you were a psychic in another small town, you actually had to meet with the chief of police and be interviewed before you could get licensed. And in the lovely, lovely urban town of San Francisco, I don't know when they changed it, but you actually had to go down to the courthouse and pay a $500 license fee in order to do business as a psychic in San Francisco.
Wow.
So it's been a challenge, and I want you, you know, and my teacher's teacher actually ended up, he had a double whammy. He also happened to be gay, but he actually went to, he went to jail a few times for doing readings as a business. I know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can
I
I
didn't know
So-
that.
Can I ask a question in that vein? Like, what do you think, is that just a societal thing, you think, then? Like that kind of like what you were saying, Katya, with Russia, that was like, you know, you weren't even ever allowed. I mean, it's very much taboo here. I feel like depending on, it is shocking to hear that was happening in the Bay Area, because I'm from Detroit area originally, and like, I always say I'm so thankful I moved here because it's way more accepting, and just there's a lot more of that happening around here than somewhere in the Midwest. But like, you know, there's still always that sort of like, you know, cringe factor or whatever of people. Like, I mean, I even think about how everyone just, you know, were constantly teasing Marianne Williamson when she was running for president. Like, she's the cuckoo lady, and it was just always this, like, why do you think people are so averse to accepting? Because if we're all intuitive, why do people have to make fun of it? And, you know,
Because it's not about people, it's the conditioning. Every ruler, every person in big power, they worked with psychics, like Stalin. Putin works with now, like there is a rumor that he has stage 4 cancer or something, and that he surrounded himself with all sorts of healers. No, it's as I said, it's a way of controlling people. There are several things that you know, society needs to be controlled. People needs to be controlled to be able to do what this rulers want us to do, right? And intuitive spiritual side of human nature is something, you know, is one of the strings that they can pull to control us. It's definitely church and all the religion is one of the ways to control. Sex is one of the taboo things, right? Is to control people. Intuitive, so it's kind of like to keep us under wraps, so we are not rising, we are not going against what they want us to do. So that's why. But they do connect with psychics, and they work with them all. You know, I'm sure every president, every governor, every king, queen, they at some point they had this kind of connections, and they probably have someone on staff, like all the KGB, FBI. I'm sure they have like special even departments or something that is devoted to intuitive, spiritual, you know, stuff. So I'm sure of it. So
I agree with
like
that.
the
You're an
vision that
advisor.
people don't like what they can't understand.
Yeah.
It's just that short. And then Katya, I love how you throw in the irony that even people who don't like it, don't understand it, want to keep control the power, they're going to use it, right? This has been going on for eons. I mean, eons. Back in the day with King Arthur and Merlin, same thing. No magic, but Merlin's my best bud, right? It goes back to way back when, all the way to present. So yes, but I think the bottom line, to answer you, Diane, is people don't like what they don't understand, and that applies to many, many, many things.
And absolutely, and they don't understand it because it's not widely taught. Like we can't understand. Like that's why, in a way, Cynthia and I, we bring into that equation some kind of structure. I like to work with structure. I'm also Aries, so I'm a very at the same time down to earth person. I like structure. I like tangibility and understanding of processes and concepts. So I create the very 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 system that people can use to, you know, to learn about intuition, to learn about different vibrational layers, about different you know, the way we connect. So I kind of created that vertical and horizontal structural ways of how to connect and what we connect with. It's very important to know what is the source of your connection, because when you open portal and things come, you know, that's very dangerous. We can encounter different entities. We can, you know, feel sick or feel disoriented. So the source is very important. And yes, I agree with you that it's we are afraid of things we don't understand. That's why we try to bring that understanding and tangibility and into to people. So that's one of our purposes too.
I agree. I believe we're really lucky right now because people are starting to understand that they are intuitive. But now what they don't understand is what is their intuition. So Katya and I get to work at people at step 2 or above, where before it was all very separate. And so because some of us acknowledged that we were intuitive, that was the separateness. So now we actually get to work on the more of the coming together. So super, super exciting. It's exciting times. And the way I look at the COVID, the way that I'm looking at 2020 is people want to live in adventure. Adventure includes drama. It includes facing your fears. It includes some kind of romance and self-discovery. And that's what 2020 is giving us. So, you know, it's not as fun as it is in the movies because, you know, we're living it and it's not wrapped up nicely in 90 minutes to 2 hours, you know? So, you know, and it's happening to someone else. We just get to sit back and eat our popcorn, right? We're done. We are up on time. I'm so sad because this is such a great conversation.
The way you said it, we are done. I'm so happy.
No, I'm like, oh my God, it's noon.
Oh, we're so
I just want you to know, Katya gives me shit all the time, and I love it. It's the funniest thing in the whole wide world. She can give me shit, and she's one of the few people she'll give me shit, and I'll go, oh. And everybody else, you know, it's funny. So that's how I know.
It's just fun.
Yeah. Oh, it's another way that I know that Katya's got an energy level that I really respect, because everybody else, it's kind of like, you know, I can do the play, but with Katya, I'm like, ooh, you know, which makes it just makes it hilarious. So, hey, Katya, before we go, I know you're doing your coaching. I know we're doing our multidimensional
on the 17th at 6:30.
Yep, and we'll go ahead and post it. I also want you to know Katya has her own Facebook group that I invite you to join, which is Intuition, Intention, Inspiration, right?
Nice. Right? Yeah, you know it by heart better than I do. I get confused like with the order of words. Yes.
Katya's always doing something on Meetup every Tuesday evening. I encourage you to join. She showcases the people that she teaches. So she is living proof of healing the healers, right? She just showcases. She does some really good stuff. So tell me, quickly, besides the thing
you guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I love it. I got to jump on my call that they're ready.
Sure. Thank you for joining us,
Santana.
Thank you, guys. Good seeing you again.
See you.
Thank you.
Right,
I can quickly make an announcement that I'm working with an amazing astrologist, Linda, and we had already 2 classes where she teaches us to how to read your own astrological chart. And so we will repeat this 2 classes on September 26th. It's Saturday from 10 to 12. And then next Saturday after October 3rd from 10 to 12. So I posted it on my Facebook group and on Meetup. And also next Tuesday, we have a meetup at 6:30 on shamanic journey, like animal shamanic journey. One of my students will be doing that. She's an amazing healer, Stephanie. So, and don't forget on the 17th, we are doing the multidimensional healing with Cynthia.
And Katya. All right.
That's my name. Okay, cool.
So I thank you so much for joining us. And Katya, do you want to hang out for a minute afterwards, or do you have to go? You okay with that?
Yeah. So cool.
All right. So everyone else, thank you so much for joining. I'll make sure that Katya puts everything on the our Facebook page, and we will see you guys again before the next Chill and Chat. All right.
Thanks, Cynthia. Thanks,
Thank you,
Katya.
everybody.
Thank you.
See you.
Very interesting.
Thanks, Katya. Bye.
Thank you.